So in this particular lecture, we're going to talk about Laplace transform. Clear? Laplace transform. So Laplace transform is kind of useful in solving differential equation problems, and it is basically kind of an operator which uses integration. So let us start with the definition first. So definition. So let the definition says that let f of t be a function with t greater than 0, then L of ft or f bar s is called the Laplace transform of ft, where the mathematical expression is given as integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st ft dt. Clear? Got it? E to the power minus st ft dt. Okay. So there are some properties of this particular integration which is given in the Laplace transform. So basically this integration exists if one s is greater than 0 and 2 e to the power minus stft is less than m, where m is some finite number. Basically that means that e to the power minus stft is a finite value, nothing else. Okay, e to the power minus stft is a finite value. Clear? Got it? Okay. So this is the basic definition of Laplace transform. Now we will be studying the Laplace transform of some elementary functions, and then we will be looking towards the properties of Laplace transform. So let's go on to the next page. So Laplace transform of elementary functions. Clear? Laplace transform of elementary functions. So the first function in our list is f t equals to t to the power n, where n is greater than equal to 0. Okay, so its Laplace transform must be equals to integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st t to the power n dt. Acha, how to solve this integration now? So let me change the color of the pen once. So here we will be doing a substitution. Okay, what substitution? So let st equals to z. So that means t is equals to z over s and dt is equals to dz over ds, because the integration is t as variable. Okay, so putting the value in the integration, what do we get? So we basically get here, so this becomes integration 0 to infinity, so this becomes e to the power minus z, and this becomes z to the power n over s to the power n times dz over s, which is integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus z. Okay, here you have z to the power n, and outside you have s to the power n plus 1. Now what is this? So this is equals to basically the gamma function of n plus 1 over s to the power n plus 1. Got it? So this is your final answer. This integration is the gamma function of n plus 1. Got it? Clear? Clear? So this was the first one. So first elementary function. Let us talk about the second elementary function we have. The second elementary function we have is ft is equals to e to the power at. Clear. So its Laplace transform is quite easy to find. So it is e to the integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st e to the power at dt, which is equals to integration 0 to infinity e to the power a minus s times t dt, which is equals to 1 over a minus s, and here you have e to the power a minus s times t from 0 to infinity. Now we do a trick here, we change it to e to the power minus s minus at from 0 to infinity. Now see here, putting t equals to infinity, we have the value as e to the power minus infinity, and e to the power minus infinity is basically 0. So e to the power minus infinity is 0, so from here we get, so this becomes 0, then we have minus, and putting 0 we get 1. This is equals to 1 over s minus a. Clear? 1 over s minus a. So s will be greater than a. Got it? This is the second elementary function you have. Okay, moving on to the next elementary function. So the next elementary function is ft is equals to sin at. From here we will be similarly write the cos at portion also. So ft equals to sin at. So the Laplace transform of ft will given as integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st sin at dt. Okay, now we know the integration of we can do here, we can use here the integration by parts method, or we can directly put the formula. Okay, you know the formula of integration e to the power at sin bt dt. Okay, so we will be directly putting the formula, and we will be getting e to the power minus st over s square plus a square times, here we will be having minus s sin at minus a cos st. So I am writing here st because cos of minus theta is equals to theta, so I am not writing the minus inside the cos value. Got it? So this is what we get. Achha, then we will be applying the limit, right? One second guys, let me drink some water. So this is from 0 to infinity, right? 0 to infinity. So we can take the minus outside and this portion also outside, so minus this e to the power minus st s sin at plus a cos st 0 to infinity. Putting t equals to infinity, this becomes e to the power minus infinity, so this becomes 0, and when you put 0 in place of t, so you will be getting minus, so this becomes 1, this becomes 0, this becomes 1, so this is a, so this is actually a over a square over a square, a over a square plus a square. Clear? Acha, so similarly we can also write here for the sine case, so it is exactly similar kind of. So if there would have been cos at, then the value would have been s over a square plus a square. Same method. Clear? Got it? Okay. Next, the elementary function we have is sine hyperbolic. So if t equals to sine hyperbolic t. Now sine hyperbolic t is same as e to the sine hyperbolic at, let's say. So this is a to the power at minus e to the power minus at over 2. Clear? So how can we integrate this? So its Laplace transform will also be quite simple to find. So this will be actually equals to integration 0 to infinity e to the power a minus st over 2 dt, and here you have minus integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus s plus a times t over 2 dt. Clear? So we already know the values of these, we have already using the elementary functions, right? So this will give you 1 over 2 times s minus a, and this will give you basically 1 over 2 times s plus a. So this basically gives you a over 2 times s square minus a square. Clear? Integration is quite simple. Okay, let me tell you one more thing. If this would have been cos hyperbolic at, then the value would have been e to the power at plus e to the power minus at over 2, and here you would be having a minus plus, here you would be having a plus, and here basically you would be having a s over 2 times a square minus a square. Clear? Got it? Okay. So next we will be studying about the properties. Okay, some properties of the Laplace transform. So the first property we have is linearity property. Okay, linearity property. So what is the linearity property actually? So the linearity property actually says that Laplace transform of ft plus gt is equals to Laplace transform of ft plus Laplace transform of gt. Understanding this is, I guess, very much simple. So integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st ft plus gt will be equals to integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st ft dt plus integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st gt dt. This is Laplace of Laplace transform of ft, Laplace transform of gt. Got it? This is the linearity property. Clear? I guess it's clear. Okay, next we have the shifting property. Okay, next we have the shifting property. Shifting property. Okay, so shifting property is nothing but, for some ft t greater than 0, if the Laplace transform of ft is equals to f bar s, okay, then the Laplace transform of e to the power at ft is equals to f bar s minus a. So basically if you know the Laplace transform of some particular function, then the Laplace transform of that particular function when multiplied with e to the power at will be f bar of s minus a. Clear? For example, if you have say if you have the integration e to the power 0 to infinity. Okay, let me do this using the Laplace transform itself, so it will be quite easy to understand then. So suppose you have your ft is equals to e to the power 2t cos 3t, then what will be its Laplace transform? So its Laplace transform is given with, so here you have cos function, right? Here you have cos function. So basically you know the Laplace transform of sin 80 cos 80, right? So what is the Laplace transform of cos 80? It is s over a square plus a square. So here it will be s minus a over s minus a whole square plus a square. Okay, acha, what is a here? So basically what, acha, here a is not the same, let it be a dash square. Okay, Acha, what is this s? So s is basically the variable. So you have no value for s, but you have value for a dash. What is a dash? A dash is 3, right? A dash is 3. So here you have 9, and what is a here? A is 2. So this is s minus 2 whole square plus 9. Here you have s minus 2. Expanding this, you will get your required value. Got it? Acha. So the next property we have is multiplicity property. Okay, let's check the property. So multiply by t property. Okay, so the multiply by t property says that if the Laplace transform of ft is given as f bar s, then the Laplace transform of t times ft will be given as the minus d over ds of f bar s. Clear? And you can prove this too. Should we prove this? Okay, proving this is quite simple actually. So let's prove this. So see, minus d over ds f bar s is actually given as minus d over ds integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus stft dt. Achha, that is equals to integration 0 to infinity, let minus be outside, this becomes del over del s e to the power minus st. Here you have ft dt. So what does this become? So e to the power st, you know, when you differentiate this with respect to s, what you get? So you get minus integration 0 to infinity. Here you have e to the power minus st times minus t. Here you have ft dt. Clear? So this is equals to so this, the minus sign makes it positive, so this is integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st t times ft dt, that is equals to Laplace transform of tft. This is the function now, right? Got it? Okay, this is very much important, do keep this in mind, right? Okay, so let's take the next we have. So the next one we have is divide by t. Okay, so divide by t property. Divide by t property. So if you know you have this equals to f bar s, then L of ft over t is equals to integration s to infinity f bar s ds. Clear? Clear? So how to prove this actually? Let's see the proof. Proof is quite simple. All the proofs are simple. Acha, integration s to infinity, integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st ft dt. Okay, and then you have ds. So this basically equals 0 to infinity integration s to infinity e to the power minus st times ds, then you have ft dt. So this equals integration 0 to infinity, what you have here, you have e to the power minus st over minus t from s to infinity. Here you have ft dt. So this becomes, so this minus t, so basically here you have what, when you put infinity, so this becomes 0 and you get a 1 over t. Sorry, you cannot put it outside, I'm very sorry, because you have dt inside, sorry. So this becomes basically integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st over t ft dt, which is equals to integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st ft over t dt, which is the Laplace of ft by t. Clear? Got it? This was the division by t property. Okay. Acha. Next we have the Laplace transform of derivatives and Laplace transform of integrals. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about the Laplace transform of derivatives. So basically this actually, you often require it in differential equation problems. So if L of ft equals to f bar s, then the Laplace of the derivative of that particular function is given as s times f bar s minus f0, s times f bar s minus f0. Clear? Got it? I guess so. Acha, how to prove this? So let's check the proof. So see, L of f dash t is equals to integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f dash t dt. Okay. Achha, if you do by parts and you keep integrate, so you get f dash t here and e to the power minus st here. Achha, what do you get here? So here you get minus s times e to the power minus st. Here you get ft. Okay. So from here what you can do? So from here you will be getting that equals to e to the power minus st ft and minus, so this minus becomes positive, so plus integration, so you have a s outside, e to the power minus st ft dt, right? This is what you have, and moreover this ranges from 0 to infinity. From here you get L of f dash t. Acha, so when you put infinity, so this becomes 0, and when you put 0, so this is actually, this portion becomes 1, so this becomes minus f0, plus you have s times, this is what f dash f bar s. So this is what you have right here. Got it? I guess it's pretty simple. So in a similar manner you can go on doing this for multiple derivatives. So I'm telling you how to do that. So basically you checked it for the first derivative. Similarly you have the if you have the second derivative of the function, and this is given as s square f bar s minus sf0 minus f dash 0. Similarly L of third derivative gives you s cube f bar s minus s square f0 minus sf dash 0 minus f double dash 0, and so on. Got it? Clear? Clear? Acha. So the last one we have today is effect by integrals. So basically if you have if you have this equals to f bar s, then the Laplace of the integration 0 to t ft dt is equals to f bar s over s. Okay, now how to do it? So proving this is quite simple actually. So let's see how to do that. So here we will be assuming a separate function given as let gt is equals to integration 0 to t ft dt. So g dash t is equals to ft, and g0 is equals to integration 0 to 0 symmetric so integration from a to a, that is 0. Clear? Not symmetric, not symmetric. Okay, so see, Laplace transform of g dash t So we are using the application derivatives in the previous one. So Laplace transform of g dash t, it will be s times f dash s. So what is s? So s times Laplace of gt minus what you will have f0. What is f0? 0. I am sorry, g0 here. This is 0. So what is g dash t? G dash t is your ft, right? So this can be written as your f bar s, and this is s of s times Laplace of integration 0 to t ft dt. From here you get Laplace of integration 0 to t ft dt is equals to f bar s over s, and you are done. Okay guys, so let this lecture be up till this much. In the next lecture we were talking about user step function, periodic functions, and then we will be solving a okay, then we will be having the initial and final value problems. Okay, I forgot it. Okay, then we will be learning inverse Laplace transform, and finally we will be able to solve the differential equation problems using Laplace transform. Okay, you also have something called the convolution theorem here, and finally we will be studying the error function. That is also quite important. So let this lecture be up till this much guys. We will be talking in the next lecture about some more topics. So meet you guys in the next lecture.